Ladies and gentlemen, a little ridiculous. Good boy. Play all the hits. Let's Toronto Maple Leafs. Let me finish. How am I supposed to go to bed after watching that? I'm quite hyped. With you wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Hi, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to LFR, Leafs Fan Reaction. And I guess you're expecting me to go nuclear, because Leafs lose 5-2 to the Calgary Flames, but it wasn't just any 5-2 loss to the Calgary Flames. I'm not going to go nuclear. I'm not going to throw any edits in this, so Producer Drew, you do whatever you want. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. But I said some things on Twitter, and a lot of people didn't like it. And I am often baffled by my own stupidity that I say these things on Twitter. Like a half hour or 45 minutes before going on a YouTube channel and using my face and voice to articulate it properly, and I got a podcast tomorrow. I don't know why I do these things. But, so they lose 5-2. I'm not going to lie. Early in the game, I was like, geez, Leafs are running Calgary's show. This is really good. They were out shooting them heavily. Jakob Markstrom stood on his brain and skull. That much was obvious. The Leafs are a really good team. But the more the game went on, the more physical Calgary got. I kind of went, uh-oh. And what was tweeted at me so often, and it's a valid point, the Leafs they've been a top 5 team in the league, points percentage wise, for at least a month, most of the season. Other than the little blip, the stumble out of the gate at the beginning of the season, they've been one of the best teams in the NHL, and they have rarely lost since Christmas, since the beginning of, what is it? Advent. I almost called it Lent. They rarely lose games. The Toronto Maple Leafs rarely lose games. They often lose these games. Calgary, I'm telling you, right now it's not a guarantee they're going to make the playoffs, but looking at the Pacific Division, I think they're going to be a problem. Daryl Sutter teams historically have, when it gets to post All-Star break, something along those lines, back half of the season, back third of the season, there's a moment where Daryl Sutter teams click, and it's playoff time, playoff preparation time, and there are definitely times where it looks like the game has passed them by, but the Flames have built a Daryl Sutter team that a lot of people didn't believe in, and other than Vegas in the Pacific, who's going to give these guys problems? The Kings? The Ducks? Other than Vegas in the Pacific, who is going to stop the Calgary Flames if they play like that? It's going to be a tough go. The Leafs very often lose these games. This wasn't a matter of Wayne Simmons being out of the lineup, although that did affect it. You definitely want him in the lineup for games that, get a little more jumpy, can get a little bit more out there. Frankly, I was a little bit surprised, I think it was cap implications, that they didn't have a guy like Richie or Clifford in there, knowing what the Calgary Flames are going to bring. But they struggle with these playoff games. Steve, Jack Campbell was bad in this game. Aren't you worried about that? Oh, listen, I've seen his save percentage over the last little while. Yeah, I am a little worried about that. Yeah, Jake Markstrom was really good. They got goalied. Guys, Rask again. Korpisalo, Enmers-Lickens, but mostly Korpisalo. Price. How many times are we willing to do this? Again. This isn't a crisis about the Leafs. This isn't the sky is falling. But are we not watching these games to see how they're preparing for the playoffs? I am. That's what I want to see. The team was fine in the regular season last year. They were fine. I am hard on the Leafs because they've been top 5 in the league for so long. This is a team worth believing in, and they're a team worth holding to a higher standard. I want to see this team go up against a team like the Calgary Flames and beat them. But if they play anybody the way they played the Flames, or get played at the way the Flames played at them for 4 to 7 games, they're going to get squished like bugs. Now, one of the things, and I ended up deleting this because people really did not understand the point I was trying to make, and maybe that's my fault. People were like, dude, they're down to 10 forwards. And I said, well, gee, how did that happen? And people go, Wayne Simmons had a kid, actually. That's why he wasn't in the lineup, by the way, because, newborn child. It's a very fun occasion. I know that, and I got very angry at the implication that I was implying anything other than congratulations, or like what, he should be in the line. I don't know what people thought that I thought. What I was talking about was Kasha. Now, some people got upset about that, and let me explain that. Oh, you got hit in the head. How could you? Guys, I have a hard time with that hit because I think all hits to the head should be banned. They should all be banned. It'll be a safer game without it. There was no penalty called on the play. There won't be a penalty called on that play in the playoffs. I don't think he's getting suspended because I look at Zadorov and I'm not totally sure what he was supposed to do there. I think it was unfortunate that it happened to Kasha, and people go, injuries always happen. Well, if you are the team getting squished like bugs, yeah, you're going to get worn down. We've seen this over and over again in the playoffs. And Ben Sherratt throwing Matthews around like a rag doll. People are acting like it was all the tough guys on the Flames. And there was a moment at the end of the game where it's like Goodbranson and Zadorov and just everyone was standing over Michael Bunting. Michael Backlund, like destroying Nylander, and that one got called. He was going at Matthews, and then the other Richie gets in Matthews' face. They're a really good team. They're a really good team that I believe in. They're a really good team. Steve gets more clicks when they lose. That isn't my fault. I make a video whether they win or lose. I'd love it. Dude, they're a top 5 team in the league. I would love it if people watched my videos more when they won. They don't. What am I supposed to do about that? I can't do anything about that. Leaf fans want to watch the Leafs lose, or maybe it's other fans. I don't know. It's not my responsibility to know. I don't care to know. After every single game, when was the last time I missed an LFR video? I make a video after every single game, and if you watch it, wonderful. I'm happy to have you. But I do not cheer for this team to lose. For a story in another book someday, I lose money. So much money when this team loses. When this team bows out of the playoffs early and in the first round. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm so anxious about all this. But deep down, the money is a secondary thought. Look at this room. There's a reason that I essentially shoot videos in a child's room that I built as an adult. It's because I love this team wholeheartedly, and I want to see them succeed. And I want to document this team's journey to a Stanley Cup, their first Stanley Cup in over a half century. And I'm giving my honest opinion as to what will make them better, what will make them more likely to achieve that goal. That is, improving on defense, and also being able to hang with teams that give them a hard time physically. The Bruins did it for several series. The Blue Jackets did it. I'm not deleting that. The Blue Jackets did it underratedly. Pierre-Luc Dubois was a nightmare for the Leafs to deal with. Jason Spezza ended up having to fight. And then what happened against the Montreal Canadiens? You can call it getting goalied. Sure you can. You can call it whatever you want, but it happened again. It happened again. And you can't tell me the Leafs weren't the second toughest team in that series as well. They're a team worth believing in. They're a team I want to win. I badly want to win. But you're going to run into teams like the one we saw tonight. What I said, another thing I said, the Hurricanes game, that was a great game. That was a game, last game, where the Leafs beat one of the best teams in the league. And we talked about it being a playoff-type game. It was a playoff-type game against the Hurricanes. That's how the Hurricanes play. Was it a playoff-type game or just a tight and fun game? This game against the Flames, that's a playoff game. Tough, annoying, hard. Everyone's going to be throwing you off your game. Listen, if hockey is a game of rock, paper, scissors, and the Leafs are scissors, they're one of the best scissors in the entire league. Who's a better scissors? The Avalanche, the Lightning. They're a great pair of scissors. They're a top 3 pair of scissors team in the entire league. They crumble against rock. That's all I'm saying. Maybe a little less scissors and a little more rock. Maybe you can keep the scissors and just add a little bit of rock. I don't know what it is. I don't hate this team. I don't hate you. I don't resent the team. I don't resent you. I'm just calling it the way I see it, and I don't feel like lying. One thing I'll never do is lie to you. 15 seasons in, over 1,000 of these, I'm just giving you my honest opinion, like I always have. You can take it or leave it. I hope you enjoy it, whether you agree or disagree. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Whatever you want. Just be nice to your friends. Give them a call.